Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and welcome back to my Decan walk. So I missed out on Sagittarius Decan 3, which started, where am I at? December 13th to the 21st. I missed out because I was in the hospital when this went down, when this got changed over. So I'm doing it now. It's late. But I'm doing the Decan walk, just my thoughts on it real quick, and then the card pull that Marlena Teresa set up. She only set up one card pull for this. But I was watching a video yesterday on Don Michelle and Lisa Pepez. They're doing a collab video together, and it's like every other one is on each other's channel. This was on Don Michelle's channel, and if I remember, I'll post it below. And they were talking about year ahead spreads and how Don Michelle said that she had quit doing them because they were kind of like she was manifesting that card. I do a year ahead spread, and I was starting to think that same thing with my Decan walk. Like, am I manifesting this energy? Like some of these signs, I felt like I was either drowning or on fire. And I was fine through Sagittarius 1, which is my original date I was supposed to be born under, that sign. I was actually born a Virgo. I was way early. And then Decan 2 hit, and I'm like, what is happening? Like, felt like I was drowning, like the fire is over. And we're just drowning in this muck of the water that the fire had put out is now contaminated water. And that's how I felt through Decan 2. Decan 3, I was in the hospital for, and it was literally just one thing after another. And I'm like, so to answer my question and questioning, and Don Michelle and Lisa Pepez questioning of the tarot spread, I kind of transferred that to the Decan walk, and I wasn't even aware of when Sagittarius Decan 3 started. I wasn't aware of the card because I don't read ahead in the book, but I've been reading the 36 Secrets by T. Susan Chang. I didn't remember anything about this Decan because I've been so out of it. And then last night after watching their video, I'm like, you know what? I'll go ahead and read the story on Decan 3. And I was instantly pissed because it was the 10 of Wands. And I'm like, what? So the 10 of Wands to me is that carrying a heavy burden uphill, that card of so much weight on your shoulders. And that was kind of answered for me. Even when I wasn't aware of it, I was going through a 10 of Wands moment, which just goes to show the energy's there, whether we choose to believe it or not. That kind of zodiacal energy is there, if that makes any sense, or any words, whatever. But as I was reading through it, I remembered that Temperance is Sagittarius in the tarot, and we are now Saturn. Is it yeah. Hold on. Just going back and checking my notes. Yeah, it is Saturn in Sagittarius. So it's the world card for Saturn. And I didn't even care about these. I've done a deep dive before on the 10 of Wands, and it's a very personal card for me. I always felt like, and I actually did Chanel over at Star something. I'll remember. If I remember, I'll post her video below. I actually did her end of the year tarot tag, and when she said pull a card for your year, I actually pulled the 10 of Wands from the. I didn't bring it out. The Unfolding Path Tarot, where she's literally carrying a bag of wands up this flight of stairs. That's been my year. And it literally has been one thing after another, especially the last couple weeks in December. Like I said earlier, December's been trying to kill me. I was in the hospital. And then I wound up getting COVID literally 4 days after I got out of the hospital. It's been a month. So I wanted to show you guys, I'm not going to read out of the book. But I did want to show you guys some because we're already way past this one. We're actually in Capricorn 1 and we're about to be in Capricorn 2. So I need to catch up on Capricorn 1 before I get it even start on 2, which is in like 2 days. But I wanted to show you guys a 10 of Wands from other decks that changed my perspective on the 10 of Wands. So, I've been seeing, like, I watched Marlena Teresa's video that she did on the Decan walk, of the Sagittarius, actually earlier today. And I kept hearing her say things like oppression. I kept hearing and I read the book, the Decan part, and I kept hearing, the words oppression, obligation, and responsibility. And I was like, those are so true in the 10 of Wands. And the first card that ever, this is from the Superlunaris Tarot, that ever made me think of responsibility, as the 10 of Wands was this 10 of Wands in the Superlunaris, because it almost feels like this is her job. She's choosing to do this job to provide for her family. She's getting something out of it. She's getting money or food provided for her family or whatever. But it's not that she's carrying a heavy burden, willy-nilly. She's doing it with purpose because it's her job. And I thought that was really cool thinking of the 10 of Wands. And that was cool that's it's part of being adult, right? Having this responsibility of, I'm doing this specific job to provide for my family. And I just thought that was interesting in that card. And then, more recently, the Circe Tarot, I'm freaking loving this deck. It's a Low Scare Barrel Tarot. These are both, well, Superlunaris is an indie deck, but Hercules in this 10 of Wands. And I find it interesting because he's taking on the responsibility or the task of moving the heavy things for the humans, because he knows he's the only one that has the strength to do it. And that actually says that in the book, the little white book. And I'm just like mind blown again, because it's like he's willingly taking on this responsibility or this obligation to provide for those that can't help themselves. And I love that thought process. And I love that idea in this card. It was beautiful. And I'm like, that's one of the reasons I'm really digging this deck. And then we have from my, New Era Elements Tarot. And I just realized, I haven't used this deck in quite a while. It actually has the astrology symbols and stuff on it. And I'm like, what? I just totally forgot. But it is the 10 of Fire. And the card is oppression. And I was just like, what? I remember the feeling of being caged. This wild animal being caged and being oppressed. And I was just like, I hate this card, but at the same time, it very much so depicts that energy of the 10 of Wands, where you're being caged, you're being oppressed by someone, even though he's stunningly beautiful. And I love this deck. I love this card. It's still very depressing. And then we have from my Soul Cats Tarot. This is the first deck I ever saw where he's taking a break. And I'm like, what? You can just take a break? Well, because the deck I learned on was the Tarot Illuminati. And he's literally carrying a bundle of sticks up a high hill. And that's the thought process that always sticks with me when I'm thinking of the 10 of Wands. It never occurred to me till this deck that you could pause or even ask for help or even outsource this burden. You don't have to carry it alone, first of all. And second of all, nobody's stopping you from taking a break from carrying this heavy burden. And I think of it much like a job, because a job in a definition is, something that we don't like to do, but we do it because we make money. We provide for our family with it. And it's just like when you go on vacation from said job, you need a break from it every now and then. So that kind of helped me to think about the Ten of Wands is not, you don't have to carry this burden all the time by yourself. You can set it down once in a while and take a break if you need to. Or you can, like I said, outsource it or ask for help. And these are the cards that really changed my mindset on how I looked at the Ten of Wands of carrying a heavy burden uphill. You don't have to always be carrying it uphill. You don't always have to be doing it because you have to. You're doing it because you're providing a service, or, you need to take a break, or get a group of friends together to do it, help you, like when you're moving or something like that. And so I just thought that was interesting that I wanted to share with you guys my thoughts on the Ten of Wands that I've rattled around with for the last few years since I've learned tarot. Now, the other deck I always show you guys, and I have no idea what to do with is my Journey of the Sacred Bee. It's the Thoth Tarot. There's the backs. And the Ten of Wands on that is oppression. The card is oppression also. And I was just like, it blows my mind to think of this oppression, because for so much of my life, I stood in this kind of oppressive state. And I didn't even realize I was standing in it. It was just crazy. And then we have Alchemy for the Temperance card. And you see the symbol right here for Sagittarius. And then we have the World card, which is stunning here. And then the symbol for Saturn there. Gorgeous cards. So now I'm going to pull from my Circe Tarot. Where did the other card go? I put him back in the deck. I'll probably pull him now that I was talking about him. I edged it in the same color as the backs. I'm going to make sure I didn't add the extra cards in here. I'm going to pull from the... Yeah, they're not in here. From this deck, the one card. And let me pull it up real quick here. I'm going to show it to you. Oh my gosh, where is it? One card that Marlena Teresa made up for the Sagittarius Decan 3. It's a one card pull to contrast the burden and lighten the load. And all the question is what do you need to be free? To be free, what card do I need? To be free, what card do I need? And this is a very fiery deck to me. I love it. Even though it's like all the Greek god and goddesses, which would make me think air because they live on Mount Olympus. It's, to me, very fiery and passionate. And oh my God. First of all, we got the Ten of Pentacles, which is family. And we got my Forever Stalker card. Who knew the Five of Wands would show itself, as it usually does in anything I do. But to me, and I see this here as well, the Five of Wands is a card of fighting or competing with different parts of self. And it's almost like you're so busy fighting yourself that you're not enjoying the quality time that you need to be spending with family, friends, enjoying things. You're so busy doing this over here, competing and fighting amongst within yourself, that you're missing out on the simple joys of life. And I've been getting that message quite a bit. So that makes total sense to me. I just cannot believe the freaking Five of Wands. And it's funny because while I was watching Don Michelle and Lisa Pepez, they actually talked a bit about stalker cards, and they're like, oh, it just seems like it's a stalker card because of da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, no. Every single week, I pull the Five of Wands for the last 3 years. At least once a week, I'm pulling this card forever. It's always there. Because I'm the Virgo that's always internalizing everything, that's always second guessing everything I do and say. So, of course, that's my Forever Stalker card, because that's how I see the Five of Wands, is this conflict within self, but it's several different aspects of yourself that's constantly vying for that higher momentum. And of course, it's going to come up in this spread. So I was going to make this short and sweet just because we're already well past this Sagittarius, but I wanted to talk about the Ten of Wands because I've done deep dives into this card already. I had quite a few thoughts on it. So that's all I have to say, though. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, anything, I would be happy to hear from you. Please comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And I will try to get Capricorn 1 done tomorrow. It's getting pretty late now, and I'm tired. I want to go to bed. So I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.